Hello friends, this is Jasu Bakuhatsu, and welcome back to Let's Play the Incredible Crash Dummies for the NES. So, I mentioned way back in part 1 that the game kind of... you've been seeing that the game's been pretty piss easy for the most part so far. Haven't died once, haven't even... Maybe kind of came close to dying once or twice, maybe. But otherwise, this game is not too difficult, but it's... at least for the first few stages, and then the game, this is the point in the game where things kind of start to ramp up just a little bit. Like, as a kid, I was really terrible at video games. I was like, there's pretty much no video game that I ever beat as a kid, especially during the NES days. It's like, the sort of easier games started coming out during the 16-bit era. But yeah, and actually I've been racking my brain. I can't think of like a single NES game that I ever beat as a kid. It's like, yeah, most of the games that I liked as a kid, like I only ever beat, like coming back to them years and years later after I sort of cut my teeth on like those, you know, those easier 16-bit platformers, where I kind of built up my skills a little bit by always playing easy mode. I guess the 16-bit platformers weren't so much easier on their own. It's just selectable difficulty became more of a thing at that time, and I played pretty much every game on the easiest setting. Yeah, pretty much exclusively easy mode on like every game I played. So there, as a result, there were like some games I was actually able to beat once I got into the 16-bit consoles. But yeah, NES not so much. I can't. And yeah, again, I've been racking my brain. Can't think of a single game that I ever beat on the NES as a kid. It's like I think I did. I beat Mario Brothers 2, but only like cheesing my way through the game using warps, and basically the quickest warp path to the end of the game is the only way I ever beat Mario Brothers 2 as a kid, and that's basically it. And I never beat this game either. And this was kind of the point where the game started to get frustrating. I remember being stuck on this level, not this particular level, but especially stage 3-2. Actually, I've never actually thought of this. So yeah, since I was mentioning, I almost never use weapons in this game. Let's make this the weapon run. And the oil is so plentiful too. There's not really any reason not to use it. It's like we've got like 99 oil right now. In fact, we probably had 99 oil after like the first 2 stages, and that alone is probably enough to get you through like the entire game. And actually, stuff like this makes it a lot easier. Like, there's no way I could have dodged that guy's like shot in that tiny little corridor. Okay, avoid the speed boost. These guys only take two hits too, so that's... Oh, actually, yeah, the oil actually makes this a fair bit easier. Because, yeah, and then I don't have to deal with this guy coming back around, and it's just like... Oh yeah, the balloon power-up is a bit strange. It's like kind of the opposite of the speed booster. It slows you down, it gives you slightly higher jump height, and that kind of makes jumping a bit easier. Although, I don't know, it just kind of, since it fucks with your velocity so badly, like your momentum and stuff, I just find that it screws up my, like, you'd think it would be easier, you've got like higher, floatier jumps, but because it screws up, like it changes kind of your horizontal momentum to such a degree that I actually find that even the balloon screws up my jumps more than I like. And what I'm getting like crazy, like, is this like a VSync issue or something? I don't know. Hopefully it only lasts till the end of the level. And yeah, that's 3-1. So the stages are actually getting a little bit longer, and this is definitely the point where, yeah, the game definitely kind of stops pulling the punches. It gets, yeah, this was actually is pretty much as far as I made it in this game as a kid for a long time. I think I made it to stage 4-1, like maybe once or twice, but other than that, like 3-2 was the one that like sent me into like screaming and crying fits basically as a little kid. I'm not even exaggerating. I totally did that as a little kid. I got so mad at video games when I was little. It was, I mean, I don't know if I mentioned this, and I think I mentioned it in some of my previous LPs. I was like a little kid when I first started. When I first got my NES, basically. Damn it! Oh, and this is the one level where actually having your reversed controls is a bit, and yeah, you can see what the problem is with this game. Okay, it's, although as on the plus side, actually, once you've lost your head, oh, that is some tricky. Okay, Okay, now we're back on... Okay, gotta bait him, that's the trick. And yeah, as you can see, the trick with this level is that, yeah, there's just like... It's a platforming level. There's actually like... I think this is actually the first instance of like instant death, like pits that you can fall into in this game. And there's like... And it's like, yeah, basically the whole level is like just jumping across these tiny platforms. And the big thing is there's no knockback in this game, but it like basically stops your... It basically stops your movement cold if you get hit in the air. So if you get hit in mid-jump, then you're basically just dead. You'll just, like, stop, like, just dead stop right above the water, fall straight down, and die. And that makes things a bit tricky with, like, yeah, the bombs and the birds, and, yeah, oil is not helping me at all here. And then this is the terrible shit. So it's like, okay... We're done with like the instant death stuff. Now we're up higher, so at least we don't have to worry about instant death. But instead, what happens is if you miss your jumps in this section, then you just then you fall down to the previous section and have to redo the whole damn thing. So that's not particularly fun. But yeah, it's actually. And that was just kind of me as a kid, though. And anyways, as I was getting to, yeah, I got my NES when I was like 3 years old. So I was like a really little kid when I was playing these games. And I think I would have been like, what, maybe 6 or 7, I think, when I got my Genesis. Or actually, I think it would have been 5 or 6. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was definitely younger than 7. So I would have been, yeah, about 5 or 6 when I got my Sega Genesis. So... You know, a little bit older, a little bit more mature, a little less prone to, you know, the screaming and crying about video game stuff. Although the rage never subsided. I did break a couple controllers. Actually, never the Super Nintendo or Genesis controllers. Those things were quite sturdy. I did bust open a couple PlayStation 1 controllers in my time, though. Anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about gaming rage. This is not a terribly stressful game. Like I said, the main reason I found it like super duper difficult was because I was 3. Like it gets a bit tougher, but it's not like super duper, like crazy tough. Like this is like I don't think there's a single Mega Man game that's like easier than this one. And we're actually not quite at the end of the stage here. We've got like an actual proper boss fight this time. And actually here the oil is actually required. Okay. And actually, how do we do this? Oh yeah, I remember now. Because yeah, the little platform in the center blocks, or maybe I just don't have the range. Yeah, it looks like the platform in the center kind of blocks him. So you wanna just wait for him to jump up. Basically, just spam away. Oh shit, is that gonna come back? You know what? I think I can make this jump. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Actually, yeah. What's his name? Or it's okay. I was trying to think of their names too. That was. I feel like Daryl, or no, Daryl was the guy we just rescued. Oh, there was Vince and... Oh no, that was it, Vince and Larry. And yeah, Larry was the one I got last time. I was trying to remember the name, so that was it. Vince and Larry were the guys from the TV spots, although neither of them rode around on a little unicycle wheel for feet, so it's probably not these guys. I don't know. Was anyone really into Crash Dummies? Like, I remember seeing TV... Anyways, it's the end of the episode. It's too late to go into a discussion. We'll continue this next time, in the next episode. Still, as ever, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.